middle of the football field, catches it for a touchdown.
Would you look at that?
Evergreen.
Would you look at that?
Cool with the big three. Great. Takes it all the way now. Nice.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am Kyle Bleeke.
And I am Mark Petrossi. We would like to welcome you to a live soccer match at McKenzie Stadium between the Battleground Tigers and the Evergreen Plainsmen.
Evergreen, they are an offensive juggernaut. They've got some players that they know how to shoot. And we just witnessed that 15 seconds into the game as Levon Zavidzi gets a good shot. And here he is again.
So as Kyle is mentioning, the Plainsmen are in white and going from the right side of your screen to the left. And the Battleground Tigers are in orange going from left to right. And I would definitely agree with you, Kyle. The Plainsmen have come out attacking from the opening seconds.
Yeah, that was number 10 there, Elijah Levine. He was offside, so the goal will not count. It remains 0-0.
Here's a replay of that shot.
Offside.
Yeah, he was offsides.
Wasn't close either.
No.
It was definitely the right call. It's going to be an interesting game. Last year, Battleground took first in the 4A standings. They were 9-4-3, and that's including a league that is usually dominated by Camas, Skyview, and Union. Evergreen last year was 7-8-3. However, they were 6-4-0 in league. So it should be a fun matchup tonight.
Kyle, we were actually just watching both these teams warm up before we went live on air, and I mean both sides, even just the warm-ups, some of the goals we were seeing were just, I'll speak for both of us and saying impressing both of us. This should be a great matchup.
Evergreen is coached by Keenan Burris. He's been around a long time with the program. Battleground coach tonight is Ed Reinhardt. Good defense from Evergreen. This is the first league, or the first match of the year for both teams. It's a non-league game. Battleground is 4A, Evergreen is 3A. So this will not count towards league standings, just overall record.
Gives both squads, though, a great opportunity to come out and see what they've been working on the past few weeks and how it's working for them and how effective some of the plays can be. And we were able to watch a match earlier this evening. And I would definitely say that it got the jitters out for both teams. And so I think these are great games to start off the season, just to get used to everybody's play and where everybody's at.
You know, one thing of note, Battleground, just as we discussed, they took first in the 4A standings last year. However, they had the fourth most goals out of the 5 teams in the league.
Interesting.
They allowed the second least goals, but they only scored 28 goals compared to Camus's 58.
Wow.
So this is a team that doesn't score very often, but they keep the opposing team off the scoreboard. And that's going to be interesting going up against the Evergreen offensive machine that hopefully we get a glimpse into tonight.
I mean, that really says a lot about Battleground's defensive line.
Now we're just a couple minutes in, so it's tough to tell already, but both of these teams just I like what I'm seeing. This is excellent soccer to watch so far. Simple passes, a lot of movement. I know the Union game we just finished, not quite a whole lot of movement, a lot of stand and watch, but so far both of these teams are extremely active.
And one thing that I'm noticing just within the first 5 minutes of this match opening up, the match that we were watching earlier tonight, Kyle, it seemed there was a lot more playing out wide, spreading the pitch out. Both these teams are just grinding right down the middle.
Yeah, it
This
feels
is
very
going to be an exciting
condensed,
one.
very close together, yet they're still finding open feet.
The temperature has definitely dropped out here tonight as the sun has gone down. It was nice earlier this evening with even some sun shining on the pitch, but for this game, temperatures are definitely going to drop and be a little colder out there tonight. But fortunately, no rain in the forecast.
No rain, cross your fingers. Look at this ball movement from Battleground already. This is impressive.
And Kyle, I got to just give a shout out to the Plainsmen that are on the bench right now. I don't know if our viewers at home were watching, but just right there on that 1v1, the Plainsmen on the bench were even clapping and getting up. So everybody's really excited to kick this season off and get things going. So I love seeing the enthusiasm from the Plainsmen right now.
That was Blaine McKee. No, I'm sorry. This is let's get a good look at this number before jumping to conclusions. Sorry for the viewers at home. It's number 22 back there, the keeper for Evergreen, Zay Washington.
He's a big guy, too. There's that bench. That is quite a bench, too. Looks like they got a whole second squad over there.
Here's Levon Zavidzi. A little too big of a touch there, but it will remain Evergreen ball. We'll get a throw in. Here's a good look at Keenan. He's okay. He's just, it's a little cold out there, so it might be frozen. Evergreen's defense is it's bending a little bit, but it's definitely not breaking. I love the hustle, getting back. If they make a mistake, they don't take too long to recover. That's good to see.
This is definitely a much quicker pace match. Good run.
Good hustle there. That was Marco Sid Martinez. Elijah Levine with the pass. Juan Sanchez will be taking the kick for Battleground. Also an excellent player. One of the captains for Battleground.
Nice run by number 6 for the Plainsmen.
Levon Zavidzi showing off those moves.
He is definitely going to be a player to watch tonight.
Levon has had 3 or 4 brothers come through the Evergreen system, all of which were extremely talented varsity players for most of their careers.
Oh,
That's
great ball.
Good lift.
You know, one thing I like about him as well, Kyle, if you notice as he's coming down the wing here, by about the 20-yard line, he just starts cutting right into the 18, and I love seeing players that do that. He's once again, he's going to be a lot of fun to watch tonight. Plainsman definitely putting a lot of pressure on right now. They're off to a good start.
Here's Levon.
Look at those touches. He is not afraid to let that thing fly.
Both teams definitely living up to expectations so far. Evergreen with opportunities, Battleground stopping those opportunities.
You do have to give the Battleground defensive line credit. Little push.
Juan Sanchez right here taking the kick. He's going to be another player to watch for Battleground.
Good recovery. Battleground just need to take their time a little bit.
Here's Sanchez. Let's see what he can do.
A lot of open space.
It's a good ball and well played.
I mean, those balls are dangerous, though, Kyle. That ball goes over his head, and it's 1v1 with him and the keeper.
Yeah, making that run on the near side is going to be Jordan Kennedy. He's a senior wing for Battleground. Definitely keep an eye on him as well. About 10 minutes in, still 0-0. Simple ball movement here for Battleground.
These games are interesting when both teams like to play quick touches, and the pressure is strong. They don't have a lot of time to sit on the ball and think about what they want to do. You have to know where your players are at and trust that they're there.
This is scary for Evergreen right here.
Yeah, a little mistake right there.
Battleground
Nice
with
touch.
numbers. But smart play there, just clear it out.
It's going to be a Battleground throw in. This is exciting, though, for both teams. Both of them obviously want to get on the scoreboard. Battleground's got some good ball movement as well.
Ambitious rip there. That was number 10 for Battleground. Jose Antunes. Battleground with the advantage right now. It's a good shot.
Ooh.
Excellent shot. Off balance left foot.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking from the 20-yard line. I mean, and it was still a nice strike.
I think that was number 14, Carson Lundeen. Tough to tell, though, with those white numbers on orange jerseys.
I do think you're right, though. I think that was number 14. Ooh.
Number 17 with the shot there for Battleground, Dalton Morales, may have had some extra time to kind of take it in. It was Morales against the keeper.
I think he could have gone at least another 5-10 yards in.
You know, first game of the year, though, maybe got a little bit nervous.
Here's the replay. Look at this. Yeah, nobody in front of him. Yeah, definitely could have done something a little more. But and that's exactly what I was saying, Kyle. Right now we're seeing a lot of early season jitters, first game jitters. Honestly, I don't see either side settling down until somebody finds the back of the net. I think that would be a big sigh of relief once they find that.
Battleground gets ahead on the corner, but just over the crossbar. I want to say that was James Mady on the kick. Battleground wasting no time. They want to keep that ball away from Levon back there.
And what's interesting, Kyle, is the Plainsmen were definitely, well, like right here, see them on the attack. They were definitely dominating. And Battleground over the past, 3 to 5 minutes, they've been showing their side of the attack lately. This could really be a back and forth match all night.
Left-footed shot. Going to be just wide, and
I think
we'll see an Evergreen corner.
Yeah, it looks like the keeper touched it a little.
Get the first sub of the game for Battleground.
Always hard to tell for the keeper what where the goal is behind him when he comes out like that. So I think he did the right thing. Here's a replay. Yeah.
Yeah,
I think he did the right thing there.
It. Well done by the camera crew to grab that replay, and we'll get the corner right here.
Oh.
Evergreen gets a foot, gets it in the air, gets a couple shots, but no luck.
Good little punch by the keeper right there as well. That ball stays in. Everybody's on side there. Up. Here we go. Oh my goodness. Off the post.
Off the post. What a shot. The first shot, not that one. First shot, what a rip. I want to say that was number 10 again. That was Elijah Levine.
Off the post. I mean, that was a great strike.
Great play all around. It was not sure if the forward got a head to it and flicked it on.
Here's the replay.
Yeah, number 10 there, straight off the
Woo.
post. Nothing the keeper could have done. It'll remain 0-0. We're here in the 18th minute. Both teams putting on a show so far.
Good pressure by Battleground.
And here's the crowd, all bundled up and ready to watch some soccer.
I told you those temperatures dropped. Definitely got chilly out there once the sun went down. You are watching EPS Sports, channel 28 and 328, TV, etc., on cable.
Evergreen playing with it quite a bit back there. Oh, look at an Evergreen ball. Well, smart play there. That was number 1, the defender for Evergreen. A freshman, Marco Martinez.
You know, Kyle, we announce a lot of these matches for this school district, from the women's to the men's, and I'm going to tell you, for a freshman to be on a squad like this, that's pretty impressive.
That is impressive. That's
you've got a lot to offer if you're a freshman on one of these two teams tonight. I still can't get over the size of that Evergreen bench, though.
Yeah, they're just looking at their rosters. They may have twice as many players as Battleground.
Yeah, I mean, that's a whole second squad over there.
We'll tally these up and get a number for you at halftime. But good look.
I mean, it looks like
there.
only 6 on the Battleground bench. There you go.
We'll just clear it.
Yeah. Hey, it gives them time to regroup. It's going to be a Battleground throw-in. Another one. You know, Kyle, I'm sitting here and I'm watching both sides, and I'm thinking these are both some really equally balanced teams right here.
Yeah, this is some high quality soccer.
I mean, both defensive lines have been doing a great job. Both midfield and strikers have been doing a great job. I mean, this is going to be a good matchup tonight.
And sent in by Evergreen. Corralled by Battleground. Little squib kick there. unintentional. Battleground regains possession. You know, we faulted Union for playing pretty slow this last match against Sunnyside High School. These teams have no problem. That's not an issue for either of these teams. They're playing at a lightning quick pace. And we've got Levon Zavidzi taking the free kick, the corner here, sending it into the box.
And that's what I was saying earlier, Kyle. I mean, both these squads seem pretty equal.
Number 1 there, Marco Martinez, sends it through the uprights.
Good little turnout here tonight at McKenzie Stadium. It's always great seeing the families come out and support. There's a little shot of the people enjoying themselves.
Enjoying this Friday evening. Watching a highly contested game. Little front flip there, looked. Evergreen will get the free throw. Number 11 for Evergreen takes a seat. That was Marcos Martinez. Different player than Marco Martinez. We'll make sure we specify the numbers.
Nice little flick. Oh, good move. This is what I'm saying, though. I mean, Battleground's defensive line is just as strong as the Plainsmen.
Oh, good try there. That may be an example of Elijah Levine doing a little bit too much as he rips a shot and almost makes it. Well played there.
Yeah, good save by the keeper, too.
Keeper is heated, knows they kind of got away with one there.
Definitely wanting his defensive line to put a little more pressure on that.
This will be a Battleground throw. Coming up. Here's a good replay.
Here's a replay of the strike for you.
It's a good save. That is keeper Nate Liu, a junior for
Another Battleground throw in.
We're looking for a replay on this. And Battleground will get the free kick.
Nice sit.
Good clearance.
Yeah. Ooh.
Good defense there from Evergreen. And smart clearance for Battleground.
Yeah, that striker for Battleground, or the player out on the wing, there's a player down on the pitch right now. He did a little flip there. Looks like the ref is going to let some of the staff come out and take a look at him. I think he'll be okay. There he is. He's going to be all right. Did take a little hit. Looks like the referee's going to bring the ball back. I think they were, well, maybe he's going to give it to him as a throw, and let's see what happens here. You gotta love it seeing him sit on the Plainsman bench and get attended to. Good sportsmanship. Gotta love that. So it is going to be a Plainsman throw-in. Just mishandled that one. Battleground throw-in now. Plainsmen are really putting the pressure on when they get into this final third here. It's very impressive to watch. When the Plainsmen get into that final third, they're very dangerous. And they've got some great strikers, too. Nice clearance by Battleground. Should be easy for the keeper.
Always kind of worry about those maybe bouncing over his head.
Yeah.
He did well to...
We've seen that before, haven't we?
We have, yeah.
See, here we go again. I mean, the Plainsmen in the final third, I hate to sound repetitive, but they're dangerous in the final third. If the Plainsmen get an opening inside the 18, it could be dangerous.
Between Levon Zavidzi and Elijah Levine, two similar names, but between those two, they're going to be dangerous. They're fun to watch.
And so for that matter, you got to give Battleground credit. Their defensive line has so far done a great job of either clearing it or being able to control it and getting it out. It definitely for the past, say, 5 minutes, though, the Plainsmen have been turning it on and putting the pressure on. Getting to about the 11th minute. We'll see if somebody can find the back of the net in these last 10 minutes here.
Good movement there.
Oh, great pass. One more. Oh, nice ball.
Ref says play on.
Yeah. I got to tell you, Kyle, I personally would have liked to seen that ball go one more out wide. I can't see what number he is right now, but yeah, number 17 for Battleground. He looked wide open. Here's the replay. Yeah, just sitting right, just one more touch out wide, and just, that would have been a great opportunity.
He's definitely going to be one to watch. Battleground, Jose Antunes, forward up there. He's had some pretty fascinating plays.
I like this, Kyle. Battleground does a great job. Their defensive line does a great job possessing the ball, controlling it, moving it around the defensive line a little bit. I really see it being effective for them.
Get a little give and go there from the Battleground offense. And it's been back and forth. Both teams are playing pretty stellar, but neither team really outplaying one another. They're both playing equally. It's fun to watch.
And that's what we were saying at the beginning of the match too, is that both defensive lines are good, both midfields, strikers. I mean, I do think that we're seeing a little bit more from the strikers on the Plainsman side, as you just mentioned, the 3 players to be on the lookout for. They're a dangerous combination up top for the Plainsmen. But Battleground is definitely holding their own in this matchup.
Smart play there by Evergreen, and Levon flicks it on. Look at the hustle too, just gathering the throw in and getting ready to bounce back.
I said before, neither team is going to take a deep breath until somebody gets onto the scoreboard.
And this game won't be decided by an unforced error like we saw with Union. This is going to be, if you score, you deserve the goal.
Yeah.
That's Antunes with some neat little moves.
Little fancy footwork right there. Great ball. He's fast. Ooh, a little pull on the jersey right there.
And we'll get a PK. We'll get a penalty.
Yeah, he's going to call it.
14.
Look at that.
Carson Lundeen is awarded the penalty.
And I mean, his jersey was being pulled from behind.
Tough to argue.
Yeah, I mean, we saw it all the way up here in the booth, so. Here we go, right here. Here's the replay of it. Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, I'd say that's a free kick. That's penalty worthy.
I mean, you can't pull somebody's jersey.
And if you do, you got to be subtle about it. You can't reach out and almost yank it off.
I'm surprised it didn't get ripped.
But here we go. We'll get a good glimpse of the keeper. And Battleground finds the back of the net.
There it is. 1-0.
Carson Lundeen.
I will say, Kyle, though, that I wasn't expecting to see the first goal of the night be from a penalty kick like that.
No,
but
that's
a goal is a goal. And I'm with you, Kyle. I mean, I think it was a good call by the ref. He pulled his jersey. I mean, you saw in our replay, he was pulled back from it. You know, I mean, it stopped his momentum from going forward. So. And
I didn't notice. Did you notice that there was a yellow card awarded?
There was not. No, there was not. So. That's an interesting call.
You know, and we just got done. I just got done saying it won't be an unforced error that gets you a goal, and immediately after, a Plainsman pulls the jersey and gives up a PK. We'll see how Evergreen responds. Down 1-0 now.
Kyle, you and I talk all the time as well about how we're watching from here in the booth. The fans are watching from the bleachers. It's definitely easier for us to see these kind of things and talk about these kind of things. First thing that comes to my mind, defensive line for the Plainsmen didn't need to really put the pressure on like that. They could have just marked them up, kept marking. It was 2-on-1. But we're not out there. They're seeing that. Maybe don't realize they're inside the 18. Guy takes a little pull on a jersey, and that's the outcome.
It's the first game of the year too. It's I know we talked about this quite a bit last game. It could just be little jitters.
Yeah.
Trying to sort out still.
So what's going to be interesting is to see how Battleground plays now that they are up 1-0.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how both teams respond. There's Juan Sanchez finds the open man.
Well, my personal feeling on the Battleground subject is that they got to keep playing as if it's 0-0 right now.
Oh yeah.
Because the Plainsmen, they're dangerous. There's expect at least 2 goals from the Plainsmen.
Yeah, I think that's smart. In the first 30 seconds, I mean, we saw a goal that was called back from offside,
right.
And we had another shot.
The one off the post.
Off the post, yeah. Evergreen, if they get going, they're.
Yeah. So my thought is Battleground needs to still find one more just to breathe a little easier.
No, I think that's smart. Left footed
I mean,
rip,
look.
just
Look.
over from Levon Zavidzi.
And that was, what, 19, 20 yards out?
Yeah.
It's
He
still
can
a
strike
nice shot.
anywhere. He's a dangerous player. Here's a good replay. Left foot just over.
Just over. Good ball movement by Battleground.
Like the counter here. Well played there. Evergreen will get the throw. Just over 4 minutes left here in the first half. Battleground with the 1-0 advantage so far. You see Keenan there giving some instructions to his team.
This is where Battleground, or excuse me, Plainsmen are so dangerous.
What a save there too. That's Nate Liu
Man.
telling his team to calm down. Excellent shot there. Zavidzi takes him 1-on-6 and gets the shot, almost gets the goal.
Evergreen is so impressive in that final third.
That's a great cross too. Good thought there. Keeper will scoop it up. Here's a good replay. Good save there by the keeper.
Yeah.
Kept it in front of him and scooped it up. Evergreen's going to get a throw in. They've had the ball pretty often inside the Battleground 18 the last couple of minutes. We'll see if they can take advantage in the last 150 seconds or so. Not sure if that was a cross or...
I would have liked to have seen him try to drop it back to the, like you said earlier, the 6-yard box or even the PK line.
Looks like Evergreen gets away with another one there. It's going to be Plainsman throw.
Good ball movement. Wow, look at that.
That's Levine again.
Yeah. Ooh, ooh.
And Battleground saves it. This is Juan Sanchez.
I think it would have been their goal kick if they would have let the ball just roll out.
That's what I thought too. Good balance there. This is scary for Evergreen right here. It's one-on-one.
Yeah.
Look at an Evergreen kick here.
I don't think it was intentional. I think they just both going for the ball right there.
Zavidzi, the default forward, is going to be the last man back taking this kick. Determined to put Evergreen on the board. Sent in well. It's a good replay. And
Yeah.
we'll give him the foul.
Just got a little tangled up.
Under 2 minutes, up to referee's discretion. Got to be coming up at the end of the half here. Evergreen trailing 1-0. And Plainsmen keep it in. Get a Plainsman throw. Could be one of the final plays of the first half. Goal here would go a long way for this
Yeah, sure would.
Evergreen team.
They would love to go into the they would love to go into the locker room, finding that equalizer.
Well done by Battleground to keep it in. Good try there for the counter. Good hustle there by Evergreen. Will clear it. Number 5 on the clearance, Nathan Kojikaru.
Looks like the ref is signaling about 1 more minute left. We did have that injury, so it looks like maybe he's adding an extra minute for them. It's going to be a Battleground throw in.
Good volley there.
I kind of like that. That was a nice little play right there.
It'll be Evergreen throw. Ref is counting down the seconds. He's got his whistle in his mouth, and that'll end it. That'll be the end of the first half. Evergreen trailing 1-0, giving up a penalty kick.
I think it was a real exciting first half. I'm very excited about this second half. But for right now, we're going to send it back. We'll see you back for the second half in just a little bit. Right now, we're going to toss it over to the team in the truck for a look at the latest news and information from around the Evergreen Public Schools. We'll be back in just a little bit for the second half.
With more than 60% of all ballots marked yes, Superintendent John Steach says the Envision Evergreen Facilities Bond is about to reshape the learning landscape for students for years to come, with an eye on making sure all students have equity and access when it comes to school facilities and building upgrades.
It's hard to find the words to share how exciting this is for not just our students, but our staff and the entire community. The bond package that has been supported by our community now is going to deal with some of the greatest inequities across our district, and not just in the buildings that are being replaced, especially some of our older elementary schools, but even for the newer buildings with some of the projects that we included in this bond.
The next days, months, and several years are going to be a buzz of activity all across our district. First up is issuing the bonds. Over the life of the bond measure, the district will sell bonds to investors a number of times, knowing that federal rules require the money in each bond sale be spent on bond-related projects within 3 years. The aim is to get the lowest interest rate possible, so taxpayers get as much return on their investment in schools as possible.
So what we really need to do is we need to look at our cash flow, try to make sure that we issue whatever the appropriate amount of bonds are to make sure we meet the 3-year requirement, but also looking at, because rates are low right now, trying to make sure that we're selling as much as we can to take advantage of the low interest rates.
Let's recap what the bond measure will do. The bond measure will replace 5 elementary schools: Sifton, Image, Ellsworth, Marion, and Burton, Wy'east Middle School, and Mountain View and Legacy High Schools. In addition, the district will build a brand new elementary school to handle student enrollment growth near the intersection of Northeast 162nd Avenue and Northeast 39th Street. The bond will also make it possible to build a wing at Heritage High School to get students out of portables on the north and east side of the school. The construction of a new Burton Elementary School on land where the current district headquarters sits will lead to the construction of a new multi-purpose campus combining the specialized programs of 49th Street Academy, Transitions, and Legacy High School, and the relocation of district offices. Our Director of Facilities says the first school rebuilds will begin in the spring of next year and stretch through the fall of 2023.
So the first 3 out of the chute will be Sifton. That should take some of the pressure off of the Pioneer area. The new elementary school on 39th and 162nd, again, will also take pressure off Pioneer, and then Image Elementary.
Casey Wyckoff of LSW Architects tells us what he and his fellow architects will be aiming for in these new school designs.
I can imagine these schools are going to be ones that are just places that students love to go and be, welcoming. They feel safe and secure. I can imagine that, well, the technologies have changed so much in the last 10, 20 years. Really, these schools are going to be ones that can provide choice, opportunities for students, perhaps even meet the needs of the family in a way that current schools are constrained and aren't best suited to.
To help future-proof existing buildings, every school in the district will see some sort of improvement, from roof replacement and new heating and cooling systems to expanded covered playground areas at elementary schools, improved athletic facilities at the high schools, and improved safety measures at all of our schools, such as redesigning the main entrance to create safer, more secure schools for students and staff. The bond also calls for the installation of new lighting and sound systems in all of our high school auditoriums, and new instruments for our music programs to replace aging ones that have seen decades of wear and tear. To keep up to date on the Envision Evergreen bond projects, keep checking our website, evergreenps.org/envision.
Food's red, water's blue? Yeah. Gotcha.
Before we get to the age-old question of which came first, the chicken or the egg, we must first ask another question.
Where are the chickens going to live?
In a nest.
In a nest? Where's that nest going to be?
Like the wood. The wood, like we have the hammer to fix to make a wood. To make a nest.
If you didn't catch that, Orchards Elementary School first grader Victor says the chicken will live in a nest made of wood. And on this day, his class is buzzing with the sounds of collaboration and construction and those nests, called brooders, being made. Delana McGill and other first grade teachers at Orchards had an idea for some project-based learning centered around the life cycle of chickens. Her first graders designed brooders for baby chicks and then reached out to Susan Mangin, a teacher at Heritage High School, to ask if her high school students would help bring those designs to life.
One of the first grade teachers sent over little cute models that her students had made. My students looked at them, analyzed them, and then in 2 days developed drawings for them and a material list. Then we went shopping to get the materials, and then they spent 2 days in the shop cutting the wood, preparing the wood, and then we came over here. So it was a 1 week process, and the students are now helping the first graders actually build.
With high school students teaching these first graders how to assemble their designs, safety was a priority.
They told us to hold it very carefully so you don't hammer yourself. And they said be sure to keep your eyes on the hammer and where you're nailing.
The Heritage High School students say they really enjoyed teaching the younger students and themselves about the give and take of collaborating on a project.
Problem solving, I guess, explaining to them how not to squeeze the trigger on the screwdriver, to strip the, and just kind of stuff like that, stuff we wouldn't really make the mistake of doing just because we already know how to do it. It's actually harder than I thought it would be to explain the simple things like using a screwdriver and stuff like that. So that's where I feel like I learned is just to slow down and explain the simple things if people need help. So
that made me feel great. Like I said, I love working with kids, seeing them smile, interact with each other, and sharing, cooperation.
Delana McGill says it's this type of project-based learning that is helping her personalize instruction for every type of student in her class in new and engaging ways.
It's 100% engagement. My kids that are struggling academically, my kids that are above grade level academically, my kids that have behavior issues and trauma and all this stuff, 100% of them are engaged, and everybody can access it at some point, and I think that that's what's made it just really powerful and transformed my teaching almost, where it's just integrated throughout the whole day because the kids are always talking about the chickens. And so it's just cool because they are excited and they want to learn, and I don't have to force it, I guess.
While the chicken brooders were finished on schedule, the first batch of chicken eggs unfortunately did not survive the incubation process. Teachers at Orchard say they're working to hatch a new batch of chicks and have invited us to check back after they hatch.
Hi, I'm Chris Rakedall, State Superintendent of Public Instruction.
And I'm Henry Wingo with the Seattle Sounders.
And together we're teaming up to help students achieve their goals.
To stay on top of my game, I have to show up at practice every day ready to work. If I don't show up, I fall behind.
School's the same way. If students miss even a couple of days per month, they could miss out on critical learning, fall behind, and fail to graduate.
Let's work together to make sure students show up today so they can achieve their goals tomorrow.
I'm a teacher. Let me tell you what I make. I make learning a privilege, not a chore, and frustration a tool, not an obstacle. I make working hard seem easy and giving up impossible. I make an old subject feel like a fresh thought and unconventional methods common. I'm a teacher. I make more.
Middle of the football field, catches it for a touchdown.
Would you look at that?
Evergreen. Would you look at that? Cool with the big three. Great. Takes it all the way now. Nice.
Welcome back, and thank you for joining us for the second half of the Evergreen Plainsmen and Battleground Tigers match. Battleground leads 1-0. Back again, I'm Kyle Bleeke.
And I am Mark Petrossi. We are at McKenzie Stadium, live in Vancouver, Washington. It's been a great first half. Really excited about this second half. I do think, Kyle, that as we were talking during the break, the Plainsmen have something to prove, I think, in the second half. The first goal for Battleground came from a penalty kick, and I don't think that anybody here tonight would have thought that it would have come from an unforced error like that. However, we almost just saw another one right there with the ball going over the keeper.
Oh, man, was that was worrisome.
Yeah, it was kind of interesting.
Even the keeper, as he was going back to get the ball, he kind of just, oh, man.
Yeah.
You could see just a sigh of relief. Probably not necessary by Evergreen. Would have liked to have seen them retain possession. But as we've seen from Evergreen, they do things their own way. They're pretty good at it.
Yeah. Battleground, for those of you who are watching in the first half, for those of you just joining us now, Battleground is up 1-0. However, it's nothing for them to sit back on their heels and relax about. Evergreen has played a great first half and has been very challenging. They had one shot off the post, two shots that went just right over the crossbar. I mean, Evergreen had plenty of opportunities in the first half. As a matter of fact, in the first 15 seconds of the first half.
That's right.
So,
and just look how active they are right now. They're all sprinting all over the field. We're about 90 seconds in, so it's easy to say that right now. But definitely picking up the pace here for this second half.
I would say for all intentional purposes, both squads out there are thinking this is a 0-0 game right now.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Little push there by Evergreen. It's not too often you see high school players with full beards, but
I was just
number
gonna
15,
say something
Todd
about
Carlson,
that. Ooh.
And he's not even a senior.
Really?
He's a junior.
Yeah.
Number 15 for Battleground.
He definitely has a full beard out there.
Forward. for the team. There's number 17 for Evergreen. It's going to be Chris Huerta. And
there he is, number 15 for Battleground.
We're going to have to double check that birth certificate, I think. That's, Evergreen keeps possession.
We were commenting in the first half, Evergreen is very, very dangerous when they get inside the 18. I think that Battleground really, hopefully they talked about this at halftime because Evergreen could really find the equalizer quick if Battleground's not too careful.
Like the full field switches there from Battleground.
Yep.
And just as we discussed in the first half, Battleground first in league last year, but fourth most goals out of the 5 teams in the division. How they won those games was just keeping it a shootout. They allowed the second least amount of goals, and that'll keep you in matches.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what we've seen tonight. They have the 1-0 lead here off the PK. Even with the dangerous tandem of Levon and Levine up top for Evergreen, Battlegrounds kept them in check.
You know, and Kyle, you mentioned that good switch just a couple minutes ago right there from Battleground. We didn't see a lot of that in the first half.
No, it was both teams have really done a good job of keeping the ball on the ground. Not too many, I guess, risky passes so far. Levine here. And looking for Levine again on the header, maybe.
Well, you know, so what we're seeing from Evergreen right now is what we saw from them at the beginning of the match.
That was
Evergreen had that one strike on goal within the first 15 seconds, and another one probably within the first couple of minutes at that point. So we're seeing from Evergreen what we saw from them at the start of the match. The question is going to be, can they keep this up throughout the match? Can they be consistent and keep this kind of pressure on?
And just thinking about that too, keeping up this pace has got to be a challenge. But maybe that plays into a part why Keenan has 48 guys on the bench over there. You get fresh bodies in there. You get some energy on the field.
Excellent point.
I wonder if that's a strategy for Keenan.
Excellent point.
We're going to get a free kick for one of the teams. It looks like it's going to be Evergreen. Ref tried to hold off on the advantage for as long as possible.
So I want to just touch
base.
Here's
a replay of the collision by the two plainsmen in the box.
I just want to touch base what you were just talking about as well, Kyle. Evergreen's plainsman has a whole second squad sitting on the bench. That's fine. They're allowed to roster.
That's a goal. Levon Zavidzi from deep. What a shot.
Yeah. Not surprised. Not surprised with how they came out. So back to what we were saying, though. Plainsman has a full roster. And like you just said, here's the replay.
Looks like it's a little, it just barely nicks.
Yep.
What a shot. That's not much you can do on that. And that'll tie it.
And here they come again. Here they come again.
Levine stands strong up there with the shoulder. Here's Zavidzi again. And they'll get a corner out of it. That'll tie it, though. It's going to be 1-1.
So I was saying, Evergreen full bench. Here. Yeah, it did.
It did go off a little battleground play, but we can't give him an own goal for that. That's just that's a great shot. And another just barely wide by Evergreen there off the corner.
Battleground, however, what did we count? 5, 6 subs?
If that,
on
yeah.
their bench?
Yeah.
And so you bring up an excellent point, Kyle, is Evergreen can really rotate players throughout this whole second half and keep fresh legs out on the pitch. And it's going to be obviously Battleground that's not a luxury they have.
Taking a tumble on that turf is going to hurt, but good sportsmanship there by Battleground Tiger. All worth it if you can get that W to start the year.
You'll take that turf burn. Well, I will say that now that the Plainsmen have scored, they seem much more comfortable out there right now.
Oh, what a cross, too. Good try there. That was number 1 for Evergreen. That's going to be Marco Martinez, the freshman, keeping it alive. This is number 12, Henry Davidson, taking the throw. He's a sophomore wing.
He's had a good match tonight.
He's a little guy, but he's got a strong throw in. I've noticed that throughout the game.
He's had a good match tonight.
Levon Zavidzi with another shot, a little wide. No trouble for the keeper. It'll be a Battleground goal kick. 31 minutes remaining.
So it's a goal kick for Battleground.
We talked about that in the first half, too, just not giving up for Evergreen. You see number 11 there for the Plainsman, Marcos Martinez. Make a little mistake, but hustles as fast as he can to try to recover. Battleground first half, very impressive as far as passing goes. This half not quite the same yet.
Yeah,
we're seeing Evergreen really come out and use that energy well. Not allowing any simple passes, really adjusting their defensive scheme. Got to credit the players for that, but also Keenan Burris for noticing in the first half. And drawing up a game plan that'll help out his squad. On the 20-yard line, we are going to get an Evergreen free kick. And, you know, I remember a similar play about maybe 6 minutes ago, right around this area. Worked out pretty well for Evergreen. We'll let's see if...
Are you trying to say this is deja vu all over again?
You know, it could be. We've got Levon Zavidzi taking the kick yet again. That's another goal. That's another free kick goal for Levon Zavidzi. I don't want to say I called it, but
deja vu.
I called it.
That is amazing.
2-1. Evergreen's going to take the lead. All 3 goals so far have come off free kicks. Pretty interesting to note.
That's true. Here it is again for the replay.
What a shot.
Just got a great spin on it. Oh, the keeper, fingertips away from getting that.
And that gives Evergreen the 2-1 lead. That's what we're talking about, too. That 1-0 lead for Battleground was never safe. That's not something to take for granted against this Evergreen team.
Yeah.
Levon Zavidzi somehow keeps it and then loses it. Look at the hustle by him, refusing to give up. Little mistake there from the Evergreen receiver, but Zavidzi comes over and says that's okay. We'll get it next time. Maybe a little, getting a little worried about this Evergreen offense right now. A couple miscommunication and a couple miscues.
And here comes 2 subs for Evergreen right now.
Yeah, Evergreen knows they can't get too comfortable with this lead because just as easily as they can strike, Battleground has plenty of players on their side as well.
I gotta be honest with you, Kyle. I'm waiting to see Evergreen, or not Evergreen, excuse me, Battleground step up and say, okay, now we got to perform now. We talked earlier in the first half. We knew we were going to see Evergreen get a couple goals on the board tonight. Battleground had to know the same thing. Here's a replay of the foul. Well, actually, they didn't even call it a foul. It's just a throw-in. But it's time now for Battleground to. You still got half the match, half the second half left, but it's time to step up.
Yeah, we saw how Evergreen responded, being down a goal. Let's see how Battleground takes this now. Keeper comes out, gathers it easily. No luck for Zavidzi. Battleground first to the ball pretty often now.
I mean, and this is what I was just saying, with Evergreen, you see a change of pace and attitude on the pitch right now from them. And honestly, from the start of the second half, with each goal that they score, it just keeps getting more and more intense. So now it's time for Battleground to dig deep and find that intensity to match it.
And we questioned if Evergreen could keep up this pace for a full 80 minutes. They've done fairly well the second half.
Yeah.
They're keeping it energized, and they look good out there.
Yeah.
You're going to get another throw in. Good cross there. And cleared away by Battleground. And cleared away by Evergreen. It's going to be a deep throw for Battleground. Not the worst outcome for the Plainsmen.
Yeah. Much better than giving them a goal kick.
So in 16 matches last year, Battleground gave up just 17 goals.
Wow.
So about 1 a game.
Right.
Their defense looks good, and I would assume that would not change this year. I would assume they'd be right around that same. This is going to be a foul against Evergreen. Their defense looks good.
Yeah.
But going up against a team like Evergreen with 2 guys up there that can score at will, it's.
And this is what we saw in the warm-ups from Evergreen, from their strikers.
Absolutely. Yep.
I mean, granted, we're talking warm-up. The keeper's not diving for everything, doesn't want to injure himself during warm-ups. But with that being said, I mean, the goals we were watching at warm-up were still very impressive. And we knew that was what was going to come tonight. It just took a matter of time.
Good try there from Zavidzi. And that's good hustle by Battleground. This is the player that it's going to go through, number 10 for Battleground. That's Jose Antunes.
Oh, that's a good ball.
It's great hustle by both players. Excellent.
Yeah, great response by the defender. There it is.
That's Antunes with the ball. Almost.
Yeah, I think he was hoping for a foul there, but
Giving a team 2 PKs, that's
yeah.
Tough call by the ref. But again, they've got a tough job. Can't please everyone, so. We're going to get a battleground sub here. And Tunes takes a seat for the time being.
Battleground still with some good ball movement.
Love this aggressive defense
Yeah.
from Evergreen, refusing to give up.
Yeah. Look at this run.
Good thought there, but that may have been offside if Plainsman touched the ball. Smart play here. Look at this.
This is what we're
footwork.
saying. Plainsman just dribbling through the defensive line.
I like it passing up shots too to find feet.
Yeah.
We'll get a battleground throw here. And you know, we talked about this last game. Union and Sunnyside. Union played extremely passively on the defensive end, really opting not to defend whatsoever. But if you look at Evergreen, their defense is within 3 yards of their forwards.
Totally different game. Well, and not to mention, about 5 minutes ago when you were talking about the Plainsmen clearing the ball, we're talking from the center field line. I mean, that's how far pushed up the Plainsmen are, keeping the possession on battleground side, which I love that. That's a foul. That's going to be a free kick for battleground.
Ref says definitely getting close to a yellow here. And Carson Lundeen, the the junior midfielder for Battleground. He's the lone goal scorer for the Tigers. Gets the call, and he's going to take the kick. Lundeen, another dangerous scorer. Looking to find a head. Gets the shot, and keeper just gets a hand on it.
It's a great save by the keeper. I've got to give the Battlegrounds player credit, too. I mean, I thought he was just going to serve it into the box. He was at the 40-yard line practically.
Cleared by Evergreen. This is Juan Sanchez here. Smart play.
I think so, too.
Battleground really starting to find feet now. Levine with the ball. Nice moves. Levon.
Great move. That's a
little
little
too much. And he knows it too. Gave one away there. Here's another replay on the shot. Left-footed strike. I don't think the keeper was expecting that either.
Really,
So.
I mean, it was a great shot.
Battleground with the goal kick. 18.5 minutes remaining. Battleground trails 2-1. All 3 goals thus far have come off free kicks. And
oh
post
my
again.
goodness. Another one off the post.
That may have been Zavidzi once again.
And that was a heck of a strike, too.
That may have hit both posts. That was directly upper V. Perfect.
That thing shook the whole goal.
And he's still got energy, too. He is running around. Looks like this is going to be a Battleground throw.
Battleground's hustling, Kyle. I mean, they're definitely not giving up. I really am loving what we're seeing from them right now.
You couldn't really ask for a better match to watch tonight.
Yeah.
Is there? two of the best teams really going at it tonight. That's a good look at the shot by Zavidzi there. Right off that right post.
Yeah.
And back to action. Battleground throw. Another battleground throw. Here's another good look.
He just got all of that. Body was over the ball. He just that was a beautiful strike.
Textbook.
Yeah, really was.
Here's Levine. Another
touch.
Oh, good toe poke. And just a bit wide.
I come from the old school days, Kyle. I'd like to try to see a pass inside the box right there. Great strike on goal still, but when you see some other players wide open in the box, maybe lift your head and just take a quick look around, see who you got available.
Yeah, Keenan will definitely have a brief conversation with him about that play.
Yeah.
It's going to be another battleground free kick. Oh, good try there. Levant to Levine. That connection is working out pretty well. Almost had another opportunity there.
I want to give a quick shout out over here, number 2, Diego Francisco on Evergreen. He's a fast little player, and he's been making some moves down that line. If that ball finds him, he could be off to the races.
Get another free kick here for Battleground.
You know, Kyle, the interesting thing is the Plainsmen, their composure is still great right now. I mean, Battleground's really been putting some pressure on them, trying to find the equalizer, and the Plainsmen are playing with great composure and settling the ball and still playing some really good soccer right now.
I think that aggressive defense is really throwing Battleground through a loop.
Yeah. That's another great ball.
And some excellent defense from Juan Sanchez. Just a bit wide. Right on that 6-yard line. That's exactly how Evergreen wants it. That's
that was a really nice play right there. That was some great ball movement by the Plainsmen.
Danny Garcia with the shot attempt there. Just a bit right. That's exactly what the Evergreen offense wants.
Yeah.
They'll take that play over really a free kick from the 20 any day.
Oh, sure. Why not? I'm surprised it's not 3-1 right now.
Battleground pushing the pace. Good hustle there. Little mistake there.
And I'm still trying to process why would he want to turn it and go right back into the traffic that he just came from. I think he would have been better off just turning and still coming to this side of the pitch over here, the left side.
You know, I love that play right there
Yeah.
from Battleground. Defender didn't even have his head up. He just knew where his teammate was going to be.
I love that too.
Yeah, this is dangerous if Battleground can find some momentum, some rhythm.
That was all ball. Oh, what? I thought that was a pretty good tackle. Maybe we can see a replay on this.
Number 2, Jacob Kemp getting the call. Going to be just outside the box.
Here's the
Here's a
replay
good look.
for you. It looks like his foot hit first.
You know, that's a tough call. That's a tough call.
Yeah.
Not only just the foul call, but where that ball is, that was borderline inside the box.
Mm-hmm.
Evergreen really avoided another a disaster there. It's going to be a goal kick for Evergreen. Tough to tell. I thought Evergreen got the last touch on that, but
Good shot of the keeper right there. There's that composure I was speaking of.
good rip there. Just a bit wide. So, a little interesting spin on that. Almost a knuckleball, but had a tight backspin.
Really impressed with both sides tonight, Kyle.
And that was number 10, Levine, on that shot.
Oh.
That's another goal. That's going to be number 10, Levine. That'll make it 3-1 Evergreen.
That was a bad mistake on Battleground side.
After trailing 1-0 after the first half, Evergreen has responded with 3 unanswered goals. 2 off free kicks, 1 off of Battleground.
Here's the
Mistake.
replay. Great. It was right on the outside of the boot. Great shot.
Good run here by Battleground. It's the Battleground lone goal scorer, number 14, Carson Lundeen. Good look at Lundeen there. Junior wing.
Here's a sub for the Plainsmen.
Number 10, Levine, coming off. Just scored that last goal. Got the corner coming in.
Good clearance.
It's going to be cleared and sent back in.
Great shot of the goal scorer.
Looks like we're going to get, it's going to be a handball call. And here's Levine gathering some high fives from his teammates, from all 412 of his bench members there. Good look at the keeper. Number 22, Zay Washington.
Easy
Corralled
for
by
the keeper.
Battleground keeps it in. Look at this defense. Excellent defense there. Keeping the pressure up.
Going to be an Evergreen throw.
A little miscommunication there by Evergreen.
Good ball.
Good cross in. We'll see if we can get another cross.
Good ball by Battleground. Here's a nice attack.
Be a slide.
It's going to be a throw in for Battleground.
That's number 5 there for Battleground. Jordan Kennedy. He's a senior midfielder. Here's a good look at the Evergreen bench. Looks like number 3 is coming back in. That's Saul Castaneda. He's a sophomore midfielder getting the call tonight.
Nice little opportunity for Battleground.
Good pass there. I think Todd Carlson with the pass there. Right about to the 10-yard line. Battleground unable to put the left-footed shot away. Zay Washington milking the clock a little bit.
Here the Plainsmen again. Definitely slowing the pace down a little bit right now.
Still playing energized, which gotta love to see. Too big of a touch there from the Evergreen wing. Battleground tosses it in. Juan Sanchez with the ball. Juan Sanchez hasn't had too many drives. He's very effective, but hasn't had too many drives where he's taken more than a handful of touches. He'll collect it and get rid of it quickly. And just as I say that, he's taken about a dozen touches. Keeps possession.
Great ball.
Pass that's going to be to number 17.
Here's Battleground, and just wide.
Dallin Morales just wide again. That's a second shot. Good look at Dallin Morales there. Junior wing.
Oh, we're having a keeper substitution. Here's a replay.
Oh, what a shot. Good left-footed rip there. Keeper almost got a hand on it, too. And that's number 22. Zay Washington's going to take a seat for the rest of the night. Well done by him.
I was going to say he had a great game tonight.
Great effort. Can't tell who this second keeper for Evergreen is, but as soon as we get that, we will let you know.
Good clearance by the Battleground keeper.
This is Levon. Dangerous, left-footed. Oh, just wide. 3.5 minutes left. Battleground goal kick coming up. Interesting attempt there from Levon. You know, sometimes Levon, he's a great player, one of the best on the field, but sometimes he may get a little too fancy for his own good.
Right.
Trying a little too much. If it works out, it looks awesome.
Right,
but
right.
more often than not.
And that's what I was referring to earlier in the second half is, you know, sometimes when you have a player wide open inside the 18, you know, lift your head and also look for the player.
And there goes that's a good look at Levon right there. He's going to take a seat. 2 goals for him.
Yeah, great
on the
match
night.
tonight.
Gotta love that, getting hugs from the rest of the team over there.
I mean, Evergreen came out just strong for the second half. Really turned it on. Props to Battleground too, though. I mean, they haven't given up the fight at all.
They've had an excellent game too, and their first half much better than their second. But I think that's just a byproduct of Evergreen really turning up the heat defensively. They've been aggressive defensively and staying with their man.
Props to the coaching staff for the speech given at halftime for Evergreen.
We've got 2 minutes now. See how long the referee decides to add.
And Kyle, you called it earlier. I mean, Evergreen has just been rotating players off their bench all night long tonight, for the second half at least. The fresh legs have been really beneficial to them.
Oh, that's a good shot there. I think that was number 15, Todd Carlson again.
Yep.
Keeper gets his first taste of action, and that's a
There's
good look
that
at the
Evergreen bench.
Bunch of players over there. You see a lot of the starters taking a seat. Getting a much-needed break.
Great enthusiasm from the bench all night tonight, though. I mean, I love seeing how the camaraderie is with Evergreen. It's going to go a long
may have
way.
an injury right here. Hate to see this, especially in the last couple of minutes of a game. That's Volodymyr Taranenko. Tough to tell what happened. Oh, and he's back up, and we are rolling. It's going to be an Evergreen throw. And we've got a Battleground throw.
Ref is looking at his watch. One more attack maybe for for Evergreen here.
Love the hustle. This is something we didn't see from. Oh, good clearance there. Well played by Battleground. Especially that keeper. He wasn't able to corral it, but his defense was there to back him up.
Yeah.
It's a good slide. A lot of high quality slides tonight too.
Yeah. Looks like this might be it for the match tonight.
Battleground goal kick. Got to be just seconds remaining on the clock.
Yeah, I think the ref's got his whistle in his mouth. No, he's going to let him play a little bit longer. Another opportunity for Evergreen.
Maybe one last push for these Tigers here on this Friday night.
They're still hustling. Battlegrounds. Ooh.
Oh, good try there.
Battlegrounds' accuracy of passing hasn't been quite as strong in the second half as it was in the first half.
Yeah, in the first half we saw a lot of movement without the ball, and we always come back to that too.
Right.
It hasn't been quite as much with this, but it's just this Evergreen defense looks so much better the second half. You can hear the folks in the stands asking the ref to call the game.
Ref is looking at his watch.
It looks like that'll do it. Evergreen's going to walk away with the 3-1 victory after trailing 1-0 at halftime. Get a good look at Levon giving hugs to the opposing players over there.
Evergreen did a great job tonight. They came out with the win. Well done. But I don't think that Battleground has anything to hang their heads over.
Right.
They had a great game tonight. It's the first first game of the 2018 season. It's preseason, but Battleground had a great performance. They have a lot to be proud of, and they have a lot to continue working on to be a good, strong contender for this season.
That'll be fun to catch up with these two teams later in the season.
Yeah.
And with that, our evening is going to come to a close. Evergreen gets the 3-1 victory here at McKenzie Stadium on this Friday evening. And with that, I'm Kyle.
And I'm Mark Petrossi. Thanks for joining us, and we're going to send this back to the truck. Have a wonderful evening.